I do need to answer this because I immediately had a Christian the other day, and Elias just brought it back to my mind again. That first of all, they said, Pastor Dowell, God made all things clean so we can eat pig. You Christians, y'all got me all wrong. I agree with you 100%. You can eat anything you want. You get what I'm saying? Elias?
Yes, sir.
What am I saying when I say that those Christians can eat anything that they want?
Well, Christians don't profess to keep Torah. Christians don't profess to keep the commandments of the Most High, so they're not bound to the law.
Y'all hear that? But we that are Israel, we've got righteous laws. We cannot eat it because the law says that the swine is an abomination. And we can't do it. And so they make the mistake and run over to Acts chapter 10 and use that sheet knitted at the four corners, which came up, ascended and descended 3 times into heaven, Shemaim. And they trying to say that all manner of 4-footed beasts is now clean, even though God was showing him a visions. But the Bible clearly tells you when you go on down in the chapter that he was showing them that he should not call any man common or unclean. Again, Israel, you got righteous laws. You can't be eating that damn pig, that swine. And Isaiah clearly says that if you turn around and you eat that mess, you're going to go to an eternal hell. Now think about this for a second. Think about this. If you profess to be a follower of Christ, guess what? You're under the same laws, statutes, and commandments that we are as Israel. One law to the homeborn as well as to the stranger. What said you?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. And another interesting point is when you go to the book of Revelations, it tells you that it's speaking spiritually, but it talks about basically for without a dogs, etc., right? Mm-hmm. And what's mentioned in there, I forgot the exact quote, but it mentions in the comparison that it uses is of an unclean bird.
Yeah.
So the question to your Christian pastor is, why, according to the book of Revelations, is it using the analogy of unclean animals if they all became clean? I don't see the point in that.
I'm telling you, they messing y'all up out there. They're truly messing y'all up. I'm telling you. But anyway, there's your answer. Now listen to me, folks. I said from the very beginning, you want to go ahead and baptize yourself in that swine and that pig, have all the fun you want. But if you're a follower of that Bible, you're a follower of Christ, there's no way you can justify an unchanging Yah, say that all of a sudden he's changed, and he says that it's okay. Look, as Israel, Yah has made us to the point to be kings and priests, ministers to these nations and stuff. We're supposed to be teaching them, not them teaching us. So there ain't no way that the Most High gonna turn around and tell you that something is unclean, and then all of a sudden he made it clean. I mean, I guess, the penalty for adultery was death back then, but I guess since we are under Roman captivity or American captivity, that we no longer have to follow the law of adultery. So that means if we follow this logic that we're not under the law, that means if I go to one of your temples of Aphrodite's or your churches and I see a good-looking wife out there, that means I can have sex with her and I've committed no offense because we're not under the law. Isn't that the logic?
That's the logic they use.
But why do they turn around and say that I can't have their wife then?
Oh, because of the law.
See, it's schizophrenic. It's schizophrenic. Something wrong with these folks. It's a mental disorder. I keep telling y'all. Anyway, Elias, now we're on a mission again. We're going somewhere up in the upper part of Kentucky to an undisclosed location. Y'all have a wonderful day. King coming.